Yarr! Welcome aboard our good ship, young landlubbers. Today we celebrate. It has been 10 videos in this series from the glorious start, and now we go back to our roots. Aye, today we talk about pirates again. A special pirate captain that ruled the northern seas and even has his own very delicious craft beer brand named after him. He was dreaded in his time and even...
Okay, I can't do the pirate voice the entire video. Captain Störtebeker is indeed so famous that the speed metal band that has the word pirate written all over them just had to make a song about him. Running Wild dedicated a bonus track on their 2017 remastered version of Death or Glory to the Pillaging Privateer, a song that first appeared on their Wild Animal EP in 1990, and that we will use now to find out who hides behind the name of Störtebeker. Before we can get to all the fun stuff like plundering and such, there's a very important issue that needs to be covered first, and the first line of the lyrics serves as a perfect illustration. It says there that Störtebeker's name comes from his drinking manners, that he could down a tankard all at once. This might very well be true, with Stort being the old northern German word for downing something, and Becker translating to cup. On the other hand, however, Störtebeker was just a rather common last name in northern Germany at this time, so it is unclear if our pirate really was the best teammate you want for beer pong, or just a regular dude with a common name. Both are possible, but one just sounds way cooler. And you see, that's the problem with Störtebeker. There are almost no authentic sources that surround his persona, and most of what we know is conceived by legends that were passed from mouth to ear. Hell, we don't even know if he really existed. So keep in mind when watching this video that it is very likely that most of the actions associated with Störtebeker have actually happened in some way or another. Yet it's not certain if they all happened to the same person, and if that person actually had the name Klaus Störtebeker. This is just to give you an overview about all the myths around the great pirate captain. While his true origin remains unknown, Klaus Störtebeker was probably born in 1360 in Hamburg. However, around that time, there also lived a certain Johann Störtebeker in Danzig and a Nikolaus Störtebeker in Wismar, who are both candidates to be the origin of the pirate legend. There's not much info about his early life, but when he grew up to be a young man, he joined the organization of the Vitalian Brotherhood, or Victual Brothers. This brotherhood was a community of privateers that was active in the Northern and Baltic Sea in the 14th century. Their business model was simple. Rivaling countries around the coast, mainly Denmark, Sweden, and the Hanse, an alliance of trade cities in today's northern Germany, hired the privateers to capture and plunder the ships of their rivals. The pirates could keep what they stole. This created the need of escort ships to protect the trading goods, and of course, the nice and helpful privateers offered their support in return for payment. They were a sort of sea mercenaries, who viewed themselves as the Robin Hoods of the sea, stealing from the rich merchant and giving it to the poor, mostly themselves. In 1391, the cities of Wismar and Rostock opened their ports to anyone who would harm Denmark. Because of this, and its even then glorified image among the common folk, piracy became really popular, and lots of people joined the Victual Brothers. It is likely that Klaus Störtebeker also came into contact with the privateers this way. Running Wild mentions the attack on the Danish in their song. At least, that's what I think when they say bound for Denmark's southern shores. In 1394, we have the first mention of Störtebeker as a leader of the Victual Brothers, who managed to conquer the island of Gotland in the Baltic Sea with the help of the Swedish king. This is the old Viking land that would now become a basis for their plundering operations. The Victual Brothers became more and more cocky as they turned from hired privateers to independent pirates. That's the interpretation I have for the next line of the lyrics. Even though this is the only version I could find, I think it's supposed to be a letter of marque with the French spelling. A letter of marque is a piece of paper that officials would hand out to the privateers and served as a license to plunder enemy ships. And the grabbing claws and greed represent the nature of the pirates that the Victual brothers had now turned into. As you might have guessed, the surrounding states weren't happy with the self-determined buccaneers, and soon closed their ports to the Victual brothers. The pirates were known to bring total chaos all around the Baltic Sea, and posed a massive threat to every trading ship in the area. In March 1398, the state of the Teutonic Order, concerned with the safety of their coast cities in Prussia, launched a fleet to Gotland, counting up to 4,000 soldiers, and made short work of the pirates' fortresses. The Victual brothers had to scatter to the four winds. Some fled to Norway, but not our brave Störtebeker. There is a document, released on the 15th of August 1400, that claims 114 former Victual brothers placed under the protection of Albrecht I, Duke of Bavaria and Holland, among them a certain Johann Störtebeker. From now on, Störtebeker roamed the North Sea, attacking and plundering ships that belonged to England and the Hanse. Apparently, his cunning maneuvers allowed him to escape the more superior ships hunting him for almost a year long. But you all have heard the song and know the tragic end of the story. Störtebeker was captured on the 22nd of April 1401 by the powerful Hanse ship Bunte Kuh, which translates to colorful cow. For the traitor's word in the lyrics, I found two possible interpretations. It is said that a traitor among Störtebeker's crew poured molten lead into the rudder of his ship, the Toller Hund, or Mad Dog, thus making it unable to maneuver, which allowed the Bunte Kuh to capture them. I really want to know how this guy managed to melt enough lead aboard a wooden ship and then put it into a solid rudder, all without anyone noticing. And on top of that, there's not really a word of any kind involved, so scratch this theory. The other option is that the traitor in the song is Kersten Miles, the Major of Hamburg. When Störtebeker and his 72 crew members were brought before him to be beheaded on the 21st of October, he promised that he would spare every pirate who Störtebeker could pass by, after he was beheaded. So, the crew was lined up and the executioner removed their captain's head. To everybody's surprise, Störtebeker started walking, and he didn't stop. According to the legend, when he reached the 11th sailor, the executioner threw something in front of his feet, causing him to trip and fall. Outrageous, I know, but the experiment could not be repeated for obvious reasons. It turned out not to matter at all, however, as the mayor promptly broke his word, ordering all 72 pirates to be killed. So I think the song is actually written from the perspective of a crew member, who in the end was sent to death by traitors' words. A sad note to end this video on. Let's hope I didn't ruin the song for you. If you have any other, happier interpretations, please let me know with a comment down below. So, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something new today. Like I said, this is the 10th episode, so check out the other ones as well. For any bands or songs you want me to cover in the future, just leave a comment down below. See you next time, and until then, stay true.